What's up, airplane collectors? Welcome to my airplane review. It's your host, Ray. In today's video, I'll be reviewing the Gemini Jet's American Airlines Airbus A321NEO. In this video, I'll talk about the box, then the model itself, and at the end of the video, I'll give my personal opinion about what I think of the model and whether or not I recommend it to other collectors. That being said, here we go. Starting off with the box is a standard issue Gemini Jet's narrow body box at 15 centimeters lengthwise and height-wise, and about 5 centimeters wide. I'll show around the box now, so here's the front, bottom, right side, top, left side, and here's the back side. Take a moment to read this if you'd like to. Here you can see that this model is a 2023 release. This box features a flap that allows the model to be seen in the box. Under this flap is a bit of information about this aircraft and the Airbus A320 family. Take a moment to read this if you'd like to. Once you open up the box, you get the model fully assembled, painted, and ready to go. Before I begin my review, I'm going to give you a quick 360 of the model. So the fuselage length for this model is 11 centimeters, wingspan is 9 centimeters, and is about 3 centimeters tall. Pretty small for a model, but accurate to 1/400 scale. It's also quite heavy for its size because it's made primarily out of die-cast metal. Uh-oh, I already see something that I know I'm going to go crazy about. Starting up the review with the fuselage, the nose shape on this model is not good, as per usual. Gemini's 1/400 scale and also 1/200 scale Airbus A321 mold isn't really too hot in the nose shape, and this is no exception to that. The nose here, the curve is not really a curve, it's kind of bumpy, if you will. There's like a sharp curve here when it should be an overall gradual curve for the nose, and this slant here is way too steep. It should be a bit shallower, if that makes sense. However, cockpit window printing seems to be okay. We'll see that later in the video, but the nose shape isn't really that good. As we move down the fuselage, we've got our giant American title there, looking pretty solid. Can't complain, won't complain. Yeah, paint application seems to be good. The color on this model is actually pretty decent from the looks of it. I'm no expert on American Airlines gray. You'd have to talk to Red River Aviation about that, but it seems to be accurate. Recently, American changed their gray color of their fuselages, and I think that definitely helped Gemini create the color easier, because for the longest period of time, Gemini and other manufacturers really haven't done a good job at recreating the American Airlines gray. And up here is our vertical stabilizer. This looks pretty good. That metal section here, or the silver section at the front, looks very thin and very precise. That looks pretty solid. But yeah, colors up here seem to be pretty good. Paint application seems decent. I don't see any issues up here, so I won't complain. Here's the right side. The right side seems to be a bit thicker with that silver section there, and it also seems to have a bit of inconsistency there. And also, I do notice a little something weird about the joint here. It's broken. God dang it. It looks like a clean break though. Well, some of the paint did come off, but it's not on the surface of the vertical stabilizer that's outside. Okay, maybe it is. I probably should. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's gonna see too much on the outside, but yeah, it is broken. So yeah, this is the Gemini kits. God dang it. All right, so anywho, moving down the right side of the fuselage. Something that I also noticed, I'm not sure if I'm just tripping or this is an actual issue, the printing of the door in the rear looks pretty high. And same deal with the windows. I'm not 100% sure if they're supposed to be that high, but if anything, they start to kind of slant off a little bit higher along the fuselage towards the rear section. Same deal with the left side, but on the right side, I noticed it a little bit more. So if you also notice this, and if you have a model and you notice this issue, please let me know. American title here looks also tilted at the bottom here. So yeah, printing really wasn't too hot on this model. That's not good. That American title looks slightly tilted here as well. I'm not 100% sure if it's supposed to be tilted like that or what happened there, but it's not as tilted as on the right side. So yeah, definite inconsistencies there. Okay, so moving on from that dumpster fire, the wings seem to be okay. Details seem to be good. Overwing exits seem good. Yeah, we got a decent selection of detail up here. Control surfaces look good. Printed detail looks okay. Everything seems to align. Here's our sharklet. Sharklets are shaped decently. Not the best, not the worst. The profile is met accurately. The angle on this one might be a little bit... Actually, no, the angle's good. However, this is what I was going to go crazy about earlier. What happened here? Yeah, I'm not sure why the shark lid is angled that high. This is how the model arrived when I ordered it. I ordered this from Jet Collector, so yeah, something funny happened there, and I doubt that was shipping because they give these sharklets plenty of wiggle room. So yeah, it came out of the factory like this. So yikes. As for the right wing, though, it seems to be pretty nicely detailed, aside from that sharklet issue. And the shape of the sharklet seems to be good, so it's just that bend, which I can fix, but it's annoying to see, and it's a very high-risk operation to bend a sharklet back like this, because I risk damaging the paint, so I'm going to have to do some precision operations. Anywho, down here we've got a decent amount of detail. And can you stop falling off? Decent amount of detail down here. On the underside of the right wing, we've got a small number here, 421. I'll try and hold it like that. There you go. You can kind of see there, 421. The small detail there, but it's very nice to see. So here's what's left of the rear section of the plane. Not like it got wrecked. I'm just being stupid. Yeah, you can see the rear doors back here are printed pretty high up. So just take that into account. If that is indeed an issue, please comment down below. I need to know. But yeah, back here, everything else seems to be pretty good. Symmetry with the logos, or not the logos, but the paint seems to be good. Horizontal stabilizers look decent. Oh, okay, I notice alignment issue with the printed detail. So if you see here, this line, it's got a decent amount of clearance between the line and the elevator here, and same with this dot. Here it appears as though this line is tilted more and it has less clearance over here. If you compare the two side by side, I'll hold the model closer. But yeah, very small alignment imperfection there. But yeah, this dot here is almost touching that elevator while this one is not. So yeah, definite imperfections there. As for the bottom seems to be okay. Hopefully it's okay. I don't see any nasty surprises here other than what is possibly either a paint chip or dust speck. Let's see what that is right there. Looks like a very slight inconsistency in the paint there, but nothing too major. Another little something that escaped from me earlier, another paint chip here on the right side of the fuselage. And whoa, what is that? Okay, another issue, another imperfection with application. What the heck is that? Okay, wow. Definite inconsistency with that American title there. You can see the surface appears to have been wrinkled in some way or shape or form, and part of the paint leaked onto the window here. That definitely looks like either a patch-up job or I don't know what happened there, but that is not looking good. Moving on to our massive engines. These engines are a little bit oversized, but aside from that, they look decent. They look adequate. Exhaust nozzles look okay. As for the cowlings, they look good. Part of the front end here doesn't really align with the rest of the engine. You can kind of see a decent border there. Yeah, a little bit inconsistent. Nothing too crazy though. Those are fan blades. These look pretty good. They're painted a dark metallic silver, and the fan blades themselves are an even darker metallic silver, looking pretty solid. Detail on these is also decent. Definitely more printed detail on the bottom as per usual. Engine strakes seem to be okay. Here's the right side. Right side one looks pretty solid as well. Engines are looking decent aside from the fact that they are oversized. Now for aerial details, this model features antennas and sat domes. There are two large antennas at the top of the aircraft, one here and here, a sat dome, and a small antenna. Alignment with these seems to be pretty good, slightly. Okay, yeah, they seem to be mostly aligned, just this one in the back seems a little tilted, but that looks fine. On the bottom of the aircraft, there are no antennas. And right from here, we'll start talking about the landing gear. I was about to pause the video, but yeah, I'll start talking about the landing gear. The wheels roll, a little bit stiff, but they roll, so that's good. Detail seems to be okay. I don't notice anything out of the ordinary yet. Nose gear does not roll, but it's also nicely detailed. The wheels are a little bit wide apart, but they look okay, so I won't complain all that much. Now for the steering contest, obviously you can see the vertical stabilizer is missing. I just took that out because I'm not going to be dealing with that. I'll glue that in a few minutes. But yeah, here we can see the cockpit windows. Okay, yeah, so definitely something's wrong with them. Looks like the airplane's confused. So the printing is slanted and kind of distorted a little bit, so that's not really all that good to see. Engine clearance is actually decent. Still, those engines are big, so the engine clearance isn't as much as it should be, but it's still decent. Wing flex looks good. You can definitely see that right side shark lid is bent. But aside from that, everything else seems to be decent. Gear balance seems to be good, so I won't complain too much. And with that, my review has concluded. Well, now time for my personal opinion and recommendation. The one time Gemini gets the color right in the model, they screw everything else up. Okay, not everything else, but they screw up a lot more than they should. The color's great, but here's the thing though, the quality control and the mold both suffer, and that's really doesn't do well for this model. And the fact that it arrived broken, I mean, that's kind of expected, but it's still very unpleasant to see considering that prices are constantly going up as if they're producing higher quality models. But yeah, not a very good look. And that patch job on the American title there, I'm not even sure if that was factory or if that's aftermarket. I don't know if that was on Jet Collector, that's the site I ordered this from, or if that was straight out of the factory from Gemini, which is really concerning either way because the patch job is awful. The color doesn't even match, or match all that well at least. So yeah, honestly, I rarely ever do this, but I'm going to say stay away from this model. Quality control doesn't seem to have been too good on this. A lot of these issues might have been isolated to my piece here, but still, just be wary. Quality control doesn't seem to have been as good on this one. So if you do secure a good one though, great. I'm happy for you. I wish I could have gotten one, but yeah, I'll fix that winglet. That is something I can fix, and obviously I can reglue the tail, no problem. I am a precision scale modeler after all, and that's what I do for free time. But yeah, that patch job, I'm not sure I can fix that. I'll see what I can do. Well, that's all I've got for you guys today. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for more model airplane reviews, and that's all I've got for you. Like, comment, and subscribe. Take care of yourselves. Happy collecting. See you later.